Everyone. Good morning. So welcome to the Tree of Life Unitarian Universalist Congregation service. My name is Linda Carlin, she, her pronouns, and I am your co-worship leader this morning with Amy Schaub. While I read the announcements, please silence your electronic devices. Join us after the service today for a potluck lunch. Whether you brought food to share or not, you are very welcome. There should be plenty of food to go around. Next week, our service will take place at 10 a.m., not 10:45, and will be held at our sibling congregations building in Grays Lake. Join us Easter Sunday as we celebrate the beauty of the earth, the power of transformation, and living with joy and justice. Chaplain Dave, along with our combined Prairie Circle and Tree of Life choirs, will guide our congregations in heartfelt observance of this season of holidays and holy days, including Passover, Easter, Trans Day of Visibility, the reemergence of spring, and the sacredness of each day. The young and young at heart are invited to join us after the service for our annual Easter egg hunt. Anyone wishing to contribute eggs for the egg hunt may bring them to Prairie Circle that morning. Our friends at McHenry County Jewish Congregation have invited us to join them for a fun afternoon of klezmer music with the Maxwell Street Klezmer Band, Sunday, April 19th at 2:30 p.m., followed by a dessert social at their new home in the Ridgefield Crystal Lake Presbyterian Church. It is a free event, but Bruce Weiss needs your RSVP by Friday, April 17th. In today's service, we'll hear many performances, each deserving of our immediate applause. However, in an effort to keep our attention in sacred time and space better focus, we ask that all applause please be saved until the end of our service today. Thanks for your cooperation. And finally, we want to get to know you and answer your questions. If you are new to Tree of Life, we hope you will fill out the green card you were offered at the visitor table. Online visitors can fill out the visitor card posted in the chat. We invite you to join us after the service for conversation and today for our potluck lunch. We are a friendly bunch and welcome a chance to get to know you. We shall now light our chalice while Amy Schaub reads our chalice lighting words. Online participants are invited to light their own chalice at home.
We light this chalice for the sacred that walks unshod through alleyways, that leans against brick walls with smoke on its breath, that hums in neon flicker and bus exhaust, This flame burns for the holiness found in dirty hands, in cracked voices, in those moments of sudden stillness, between sirens and footsteps. Not every sanctuary has walls. Some are made of shadow and asphalt. Some are stitched together from longing, kindness, and sheer survival. We light this flame to remember. Divinity does not always wear white. Sometimes it wears denim. Sometimes it looks like a stranger, holding the door just a moment longer. It burns to show us what is real.
The world is the breath of the living. The eagle is still as it floats upon the wind. The fish in the stream silently lets the current flow by. Distinguishing motion from stillness to the immersed is illusory. Separating action from contemplation is like separating the soaring eagle from the wind. Cutting contemplation from action is a fish out of water. We are each immersed in the world like a wing in the wind, like a fin in the fluid. Thinking and acting, moving and feeling are immersed together. We are all is inseparable from all that is. All we are is inseparable from all that is. The sacred is the element we breathe, float upon, swim within, think about, and act on. Worship is letting the distinctions fade. It is embracing immersion. Let us worship together.
Please join in recalling our mission statement. At Tree of Life, UUC, we nurture a community that welcomes diversity, supports the spiritual growth of its members, and acts to create a more just society.
Good morning. Last week, we asked this congregation a question. What is something Tree of Life does or gives or stands for that is significant to you?
We just didn't get answers. We got a love letter from the community. We received a total of 40 responses. Some people forgot to do it, and there's still an opportunity if you need one. There's 40 online and in-person cards that were honest and deeply moving.
And as we looked at that shared values flower on the screen, the values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and interdependence, we realized that you aren't just reading these values, you are living them.
Today, we want to share some of those voices with you as we launch our annual pledge appeal. Because this year, our goal isn't just a number, our goal is us, all of us.
One of the most frequent words in your responses was home. One person wrote, "Tree of Life gave me another home I never knew I needed. My home was fine, but without the friends I made here, it was empty."
That emptiness is filled by what we call interdependence. We are here at breakfasts, book clubs, meetings, chalice circles, meetings. We talk to one another. We listen to one another. We work together to make this place, as one of you put it, quote, they are there for me even when I am at my worst. They never judge me for my mistakes. They let me be vulnerable at my lowest.
Think about that for a second. In a world that demands we be perfect, we've built a place where it's safe to be at your worst. That kind of sanctuary doesn't just happen by accident. It requires a space to gather intentionally, professional spiritual leadership, and a community with a shared vision.
We are the sanctuary. Wherever we are, because of our shared values brought to that place, brings the sanctuary. Justice and generosity are where we walk the talk.
That phrase appeared over and over in your responses. This is what someone said, "I love that people in this congregation walk their talk." You mentioned compassion for campers, our focus on transgender welcome, and our outreach to the wider McHenry County community.
You called Tree of Life, quote, a well of spiritual courage. That courage is what allows us to speak up for justice. But such wells need maintenance. Our social justice work, inclusive religious education, and our presence around the county are fueled by the resources we share.
Which brings us to logistics. To keep this well of courage flowing to support our staff, our programs, and this physical sanctuary, our goal for this year's pledge appeal is $150,000.
It's a specific number, and it's a significant one. But let's look at who is standing behind that number. We are a community of 74 members.
74 people. That's it. We are a small but mighty village. And because we are a village, the way we reach that goal is through the value of equity, that pink loop in the flower that we showed you.
This is the most important part of our message today. We know that within these 74 families, we have a vast range of financial realities.
Some of us are in a season of abundance and have the resources to give deeply. Others of us are in a season where things are very tight and extra financial resources simply aren't there.
And that's okay. In fact, that is the point of being a community.
Our primary goal this year isn't just the dollar amount. It is 100% participation. We want every single one of our 74 members to return a pledge card.
Why? Because a pledge isn't a fee for service. It's a vote of confidence. It's a way of saying, I belong here.
If you can pledge $5 a month, that is $5 of sacred commitment to our interdependence. It tells the rest of us that you value this uplifting energy.
And if you can pledge significantly more, you are practicing generosity in a way that ensures that our doors stay open.
One member wrote that Tree of Life helps them continue to grow their understanding of what welcome and living their values means. That's that purple loop, transformation.
We are transformed when we all show up for each other. When the rising temperature of our thermometer of participation in the lobby, which will be there, is it there now?
Well, it's starting to appear there. Right now, it's a trunk on the minister's office wall, and it will bloom over the week.
So it's our tree trunk of participation right now. We're trying to reach 100%. It doesn't represent the biggest check, but does show what matters, our beloved covenant community.
It means that all 74 of us are committed to this radical community fellowship. It means we're all committed to being a safe place in an increasingly unsafe world.
As you leave today, or as you sit with your pledge card this week, we want you to remember the words of your fellow members.
Remember that for someone sitting in the chair or the table during our potluck next to you, this place is their chosen family.
Remember that for a child in our faith exploration program, this is the place where they are, quote, wholeheartedly accepted.
We are asking you to help us reach $150,000, but more than that, we are asking you to join us, all 74 members, and anyone else that wants to see this community succeed.
Let's keep the tree of life growing. Let's keep walking the talk. Thank you.
Please rise in body or in spirit to join in singing hymn number 121, We'll Build a Land.
We'll build a land where we bind up the broken. We'll build a land where the captives go free, where the oil of gladness dissolves all mourning. Oh, we'll build a promised land that can be. Come, build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a land where we bring the good tidings to all the afflicted and all those who mourn, and we'll give them garlands instead of ashes. Oh, we'll build a land where peace is born. Come, build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll be a land building up ancient cities, raising up devastations from old, restoring ruins of generations. Oh, we'll build a land of people so bold. Come, build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. Come, build a land where the mantles of blazes resound from spirits once faint and once weak, where like oaks of righteousness stand her people. Oh, come build the land, my people we seek. Come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream.
So I brought a poem I'm going to share. It's called I'll Miss You. I'll miss you. These painted over walls, comforting green wallpaper and cracking oak trim, rooms that made no sense, even today, they comforted me for so long, and it's gone in the blink of an eye. I used to hate my mom for putting me in religious education, but looking back, I'm glad she did, because it was the only thing holding me together. This building was just a vessel binding these memories, watching Spirited Away on that old TV in the basement, a basement which flooded, a basement vacant of us playing hide and seek together, years apart in age, yet brought together by these walls. The cracks in the walls hold our voices. My voice is in there too. I wonder how long those stickers will stay on your windows, how long our memories will last on your walls. We can't keep you and our memories. Someone else will have you. But I wish it was us. After religious education and our whole lives, I seldom came back. I wish I was there with you while you began to crumble. I wish I had spent more time with you, baking your sunburnt walls into my brain while I still had the chance. Now all I see is boxes filled with belongings I don't even recognize. My short-lived friend group, formed here, now spread across towns, cities, even states, was contained only by the crumbling drywall, your blackboards, and warped floors that made no sense. I'll miss your cracked paint, your water-damaged skylights that always caught the light just right, aiming it where it was most needed. Yet, as I heard the words, this will be a difficult transition for all of us, that beam shined right into our eyes. And I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. You cannot understand me. You're a building and you're drifting away. Members have passed on, and I can't help but wonder how much of their souls live in your walls. In a way, I was relieved when they didn't close the sale. It meant I had a little more time with you. If this had happened 5 years ago, I wouldn't have known any better. If this had happened 4 years ago, I wouldn't have known any better. If this had happened 3 years ago, it would have been the worst thing to happen to me. But now that I know what I know, I won't let it. There's no point in being upset about things I can't control, things I won't control, things outside my hands. But what's in our control is what we see, what we believe, and what we choose to be and let be. What's in our control is what we touch and remember, the places we go in our minds without moving an inch, the words we travel together, and the divine words that bind us together stronger than ever. It's painted on your joyous, golden, smiling walls. And I love you. I love you inside and out of these walls. Tree of Life, Unitarian Universalist Congregation. And I'll miss you.
I find spring to be a mixed bag. I love the departure of winter, but it is never a clean goodbye. The season swings between the remnants of winter and its destruction and the promise of new life, the yin and the yang. This is called Lessons in Yinyang. After 2 days of rain, the woods have transformed. Polite spring growth, hesitant and reserved, now an unruly mob, layered in dark mysteries. The path gives. Grass whispers at my calves, its cool breath licking my skin. Here I have planted, rooting a vision of fiddlehead, fruiting shrubs, wildflowers spreading color with abandon. But new growth is tender, diffident, delicious to wild visitors. I pass deflowered stems, branches chewed to the nub. In the trees, I glimpse a scrap of buckskin, tails flicking white in the darkness. Browsing deer, who I also love, raise their heads, stare without apology.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Murphin, he, him. This poem was inspired by a vernal equinox dawn 22 years ago, a chilly morning when the sun popped up right and stone-hinged the long, broad east-west highway in front of my house. It's called Resurrection. From that frigid morning when the fog of humanity hangs palpable before our faces, and that fat red sun pops up before our eyes at the far end of the reaching blacktop. Then, when from the highest, barest twig the cardinal sings his whistle past the graveyard, our hearts know resurrection and murmur, yes, yes. We are a cold people in a cold land, and every creeping inch of yellow willow hair, every footprint in newly giving earth, every ratchet tap of woodpecker on lifeless wood resonates with resurrection and nods recollection. There is no wonder that in hot lands, perpetual in green, moist and ever fertile, the natives snickered at tales of a hanging god, turned on naked heels, and ran to sensible deities who would not abandon them, only to hound them on return with foolish promises. But here at turning time, our Arctic hearts surrender to the sureness of resurrection that surrounds us, embraces the fabulous as confirmation of the fact made real around us. And in the echo of that miracle, understand redemption too, in the merciful thaw of our own glacial souls.
Each week, as we worship, we welcome the offerings that support the work of community. Many of us have already given our monetary gifts electronically. Still, we set aside this time for the spiritual practice of gratitude. Online participants may give their offering in one of 3 ways that are listed on your screen. For those of you in the sanctuary, you may place your offering in the plate, or if you've already given, simply show your gratitude by passing it to your neighbor. If you're new to Tree of Life, please let this giving opportunity pass you by. Your presence here is your gift to us. In whatever way you give, your generosity is greatly appreciated. We give thanks for these gifts and for all the gifts you share. Let us now join in sharing greetings with each other. Those who are online, if you wish, please turn on your cameras. Now the camera is on those of us in the sanctuary, and there are online participants. Say hello. Somebody outside? Yay. Thank you. Thank you all. The sharing of our joys and concerns is a sacred moment. To help us grow in community, we invite you to share a few short sentences about your joy or concern. Like a stone dropped in the water reminds us that what affects one ripples out and touches us all. Those of you in the sanctuary with a joy or concern to share may form a line in the aisle, followed by online participants who can raise their hands and chat. When I call on you, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Freddie, pronouns he, him. I'm just very thankful to have spent the last week with my folks on vacation and for all of the quality time that I got to spend with them, and that Tia and I made it safely down to Dauphin Island and then back.
Sandra Bartholomew, she, her. I just want to say I am absolutely delighted that my son, Stefan Vieira, joined me this week. He leaves tomorrow back to California to share a late birthday with me and an early birthday for him, which is April 2nd. So I'm just absolutely delighted that my son was able to come out to visit with me. I had asked him, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said, well, if you're not coming out, I'd like some compression socks. So he sent me some compression socks, and I thought, okay, he's not coming out. Well, then last week he called and said he'd be out on Thursday. So I'm absolutely overjoyed.
Do we have anyone online? No? Okay. Let us now honor the unexpressed joys and concerns that remain in our hearts for this space of 3 deep breaths. Please rise in body or in spirit to join in singing hymn number 1053, How Could Anyone?
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
We will now extinguish the chalice. If you have a chalice at home, you may do the same. We extinguish this flame of communal worship and now carry its light within us.
Hallelujah. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Hallelujah. Sing and rejoice. Hallelujah. Sing and rejoice. Hallelujah.